Tech's founder, Richard Hartman, misappropriating millions of dollars of investors' funds from unregistered crypto asset security offering, raising more than $1 billion. We'll have more on this in 10.
Hey, bang, bang. What's up, everybody? VETS in Crypto with Randy Hilarski. It's your boy, VETS. How's everybody doing? Welcome up to the stage, good old Mr. Randy Hilarski. I got you. You're muted yourself. Oh, boy.
Good afternoon, everybody. We got a good show for you today. Some information, some education.
There it is. There it is. All right, so we're going to welcome up the firefighter himself, Mr. Brad. How you doing?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me, guys. This is my first live stream, so easy on me.
Yeah, man. Hey, you got this far. We got video, we got audio. I mean, we're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So without any further ado, we'll welcome Mr. Haunted. Hello, sir.
Hey guys, how are we today?
Good, buddy.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. I love it.
This is pre-caffeine haunted, folks. You're in for a treat.
Amen. And the one and the only Dave.
Looking for a great stream here today, guys. This is a good panel of guys.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So to kick it off, I just got back from the Pulse Chain Tour 2024 and Vegas edition, to say the least. And that was epic as usual. Absolutely loved it. Had a great time. Great people. It never disappoints. I'll tell you that much. So I did put together a little video. I'll probably need a quick second to get it loaded. But yeah, so we did. So like Wednesday they did Top Golf. Thursday was karaoke, and Friday was the seminar, and then Saturday we went from there to Saturday was just a freebie, but we had a good time and went out from there. Let's see here. Let me just re-cue this up for the video, and then we'll get this going here.
Nice.
Ah!
Really?
Yeah.
Is that Corey?
should narrate this so we know who you're hanging out with there, brother.
DCC.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if VETS can even. I don't even think VETS can hear us.
Barely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, Vets. It might be fair to say you're the only person who's ever gone to something that looks like that.
Yeah, I'm married with kids now, so I don't really get out of that very often.
Is that you hanging up there, Vets?
Let's see. So yeah, there you have it. That was Saturday night.
That was one night.
Yeah, that was just one night at the club. Yeah, we had a good turnout. Like those, it's like a lot of people will do like a +1, especially like in Vegas, and just add that, and because everyone's still hanging around loitering, so that was great. We got to hang out with RG and Rogers with Mintra and Hexray Vision and Hexray Chick and SJ and Julie, and yeah, so just great peeps, good times.
I saw Crypto Stylist there. She's a great gal.
Yeah, what a great surprise that was. Like her, Hexy Bastard was at the other event at the bar later in the evening. He flew in because they're all from across the pond and everything.
Yeah,
so that was it was good to see them. So yeah, so I just had to pip the shirt if that comes in at all, or from the pulse chain, But
well, how were the panels though? I mean, we saw the party, but how were all the panels you went to? Were there good information?
Epic, yes. And so I can't even. I'm not even supposed to like show clips. We've been asked to kind of keep it in house. Because they put a lot of effort, a lot of money and time and whatnot. And the whole point is, come to the events and learn what you're missing. There might be little snippets here and there. But it's one of those things. You're trying to promote it. I think they were charging a nominal fee if you wanted to view the live stream as it was going on, and I could say for the nominal fee that it would have been worth that to tune in. So they're going to start making that a regular thing. That was the very first time. So going through the motions, I'm sure they're going to announce it, promote it a little bit more as it goes on. They've upgraded the sound system, and they put some money into their production of this, and it's coming along really well. RG always says, we want to. The goal is to fill stadiums, right? So before. It's one of those things. It worked up from a few people. Now they're filling out 100, 150 room type of seats. It's just a snowball effect. It just kind of keeps cascading and growing and growing. And, everyone's just doing their part, as all of we are. Here we are, just trying to get the word out, educate people. So that brings us to today's show. We got Brad. Firefighting with Brad. You can find that on YouTube. Type that in the search box on YouTube. Maybe eventually he might set up a Twitter profile or an X profile. But in the meantime, that works. So we're gonna keep it simple. Kind of just go over the basics of crypto for people, because every so often that needs a good refresher. Peeps in the chat, we got our eyes on you. Please ask questions, whatever pops up. We'll try to get them answered. We got the legendary Haunted and Mr. Dave in the house as well. So an honor and a privilege as always. And, and then of course the veteran, Mr. Hilarski. So, I don't know, doesn't get much better.
Say something about what you're talking about, how it's growing and we can all do our part. I sat down with a former assistant to Peter Lynch, Merrill Lynch today. He's a billionaire with a B, and I'm sitting there teaching him and his son how to do DeFi on Pulse Chain.
Wow.
So this is the kind of stuff you could have 1,000 small people, or you can get one big one. I think Funding Jim is the one that likes to talk about that. How you go after a couple of the big ones, and then the green candles will do the marketing for the little ones, right? We'll see how it goes. Get ready for some more nope liquidity.
Yeah, man. So that means they were down in Panama, hanging out. All right. You think? Well, I won't go ask any details on them, but yeah, that's cool. You're shaking hands and reaching people halfway around the world.
Well, I'm curious, Randy, with a guy with that big a bag who's thinking about coming in, what was your onboard pitch? I mean, what avenue would he onboard through? Was it OX Coast, or what were you talking to him about?
No, I onboarded him into crypto. Actually, he was in crypto before me, but I got him back in Bitcoin back in 2014. We made a lot of money together in crypto, and he's been a little bit under the weather for the last 2 years, and he just happened to come visit his son here in Panama, and we got to sit down and I got to tell him about Pulse Chain and the benefits of Pulse Chain. They already owned Hex. And these guys, they don't sell. They buy stuff and they sit on it for 10 years. So it's a pretty interesting concept they've got. But then I was just showing them how Pulse Chain could work, and I was showing them how PHUX works. I was showing them how 9-inch works, how PLSX works, and how they could use the farms to generate some income, extra income. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Well, of course it's freaking amazing. If it's amazing for us little guys, imagine what the big guys think.
Right.
No doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Yeah, but he said they buy it and hold. These guys are amazing, but because they know that you look at something, if you think it's a good investment, you buy and hold. You don't buy something you think it's a good investment for short term. You think it's a good investment for long term, you buy and hold, and they just leave it. In 10 years' time, they've got some money.
They don't need it. It's just generational wealth.
That's it.
And we've seen that, obviously, like Richard Hart is a great example from when he started mining to holding. But it's easier said than done, right? Like, it takes cojones, and when you're getting all those funny feelings inside, and I mean, these are real emotions and chemical dumps into your body when things are just taking off and going crazy. So you got to learn, you got to condition yourself. So, something we'll talk to and other people preach as well is just like, now is the time. Yesterday was better, but you know what? Just get your foot in, like start your journey on the crypto side and get that ball going, because yesterday was better. Today's still good, but tick tock.
Totally. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, like, there are a lot of firefighters that are into crypto. I've got so many buddies that are into crypto, but they just buy all the classic things, Doge and SHIB and Bitcoin, all the things you always hear about. And so then I started talking about Pulse Chain or UP or other tokens that are, first cycle narrative type things. And they're like, never heard about this. But they're interested in it and they want to know about it. It's just, we got to get it out there to them, much like getting out there to other investors. So that's what I want to do here today. In some ways, just reach out to all my firefighter buddies, and everyone wants to be firefighters, which is what I typically do. I help people get hired as firefighters, and just reach out to them, like, hey, you don't have to buy the things that have already gone to the moon. Like, you can buy things that are still waiting to take off. So it's gonna be a fun educational conversation with you guys.
Get in early on a project and you'll be happy. Look at the people. Even if you look at like stuff like Solana that has a network that fails over and over again, but the people that got in early are happy.
Right.
You look at BNB, same thing. You look at Matic. He went sideways for a very long time, and then last bull run it just went. He did the best. Actually, it was the best play. The one that went sideways for a long time was the best play to hold. So we'll see what happens this time. So don't give up. Don't let, like I said, don't let emotions get to you. Just buy, hold. Trust, and just move on. If you want to be that type of person that wants to get in and get out of stuff, it is so stressful. You will hate life. Buy, hold, and just keep doing so. And if the people got emotional when Ethereum went up and down, Ethereum went down like a few times. It did 80% dips. Imagine you got emotional and sold, and you just walked out at $80 or at $40 or at even 40. It went down to 40 cents. Imagine you got your emotions then got to you then. Right. Where would you be? Last pulse chain dip or dip below sack rate to what was it? 4.6 or 4, I think, around the $4, 4 zeros and a 4. People were emotional. So many people sold. Now look at it. What would they say? They're hoping that they were the ones that did sell, which they didn't. And I had people contact me, and I'm like, "What do I do?" I go, "You buy more. This is the time you buy more. When people are fearful, buy." And I don't know if they did, but if they did, they'll be happy. And if they sold, emotion is a strong thing. People just can't.
Hey, Haunted, I got something to say to this. In fall of 2016, one of my first crypto clients that I did their project, we did a raise. We raised like 20 million, and I was just their social media guy, and they gave me my ETH, and I got paid 400 ETH. And this was, at the time for me, it was really good money. And we went and immediately sold it all for Bitcoin. And then we bought plane tickets and spent, I think it was a week and a half in Europe, my wife and I, off of that 400 ETH. I look back, it's the most expensive fucking trip
Yeah, no kidding.
400 ETH, 6 million right now.
Oh man, part of me needs crypto to pump, just so I can be like, see, babe, it was worth it. That's part of it, man. Being married.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't understand why we're in crypto. I mean, you got to really understand the difference between what's happening in the current traditional finance world and what we're doing over here in the freedom of finance world, and understand, where we're headed and why we're here.
And I listen to, you guys talk and others, and then I try to relay that information to my brother or others. And, my brother, he was like, there's no way my wife would let me invest in that. But part of it is just because she doesn't know the potential. She doesn't, they're not digging into the information like we are. And so they don't know the potential that's behind it. And so to them, it's kind of like cartoony, okay, yeah, sure. But it's like, no, this stuff is legit. You just need to look into it.
People don't believe that people are a bit they always go for the negative side. It's not going to happen to me.
Right.
It's not going to happen to me. Why would it happen now for? What, what's it like? Why would it happen now when I get in? And then they get in, it goes down. See, it wasn't going to happen to me. And then they sell, come back 5 years later. I wish I held.
I got a friend who's a pharmacist. I went to college with her, or university. I was already out of the Navy. She was only 18 at the time, but we were good friends. And she wrote me when I've already been in Panama for about 8 years at the time. She wrote me, she goes, "Hey, Randy, you're my money guy. You're the guy that understands money. What should I invest in right now?" I said, this is right before the pandemic. So maybe a month or two before the pandemic. I think Bitcoin was about $3,500. And I said, just buy a bunch of Bitcoin. She goes, "I'm not fucking stupid, Randy." 70 grand or 69 grand,
20x.
Oops. Because she was low. At the time, she had a lot of money that she had in her IRA and all that kind of stuff. She wanted to put it somewhere. Missed that one.
Yeah, I remember ages ago when I was looking at Bitcoin at $90, and I was with my mate, and we just saw this. It was very, very volatile back then too. In minutes, it'll just go move $3-4 up and down, up and down, up and down. You wake up and it's $60, and a few days later, and you wake up again, it's $120, and
Right.
they make it too volatile. Like, how are you going to buy? It's too volatile. It's too volatile. So I've always watched Bitcoin, go all the way to was it the first time it was 20K? Like, I just kept on watching, even the 600 and 20K, and I never got in. I just didn't do it. I never took that step to get in. Just watched it. But yeah, even just watching on the sideline, it hurts.
It can be tough too. Like even today, I was like talking about my wife about meme coins,
Oh.
And then I was basically, I know. Afterwards, I had to kind of just basically tell like, yeah, if you try to explain that to any like financially sound like traditional banker, they'd be like, what? I just have to,
I'll tell you a story about meme coins as well. I was because I never knew. I used to just buy on exchanges, right? And there was a meme coin that I saw, and I'm like, okay, I want to get this. So then, there was a video that said download MetaMask. I didn't know what MetaMask was. I'm like, I just knew about exchanges. I never knew about the DeFi side. So I downloaded MetaMask, and I saw these 12 words, and I'm like, is this a scam? I'm not buying. And this was like 2 days in of the I won't mention the token, but it was 2 days in, and I would have been a multi-millionaire. But all because I just got scared. I was just like, this is too hard. Stuff this shit. I'm out. And I moved on to the, because I was buying penny stocks, and they were doing well for me at that time. But if I just bought that one coin, it would have done way better than all my penny stuff that I bought.
Yeah, man.
Well, the first steps are the hardest ones for anybody because they look at it, they glance at it, they see us, they know we're out there, and they've heard the stories. But that first step of saying, okay, I want to get in, and that first step is a big leap for a lot of people.
Yeah. And then,
it felt like it was too complicated, but right now it's the easiest thing in the world. But back then I was like, this is way too complicated. This even looks like a scam. I'm not touching it. Now I've got I've got 100 wallets. And it's nothing to me.
when I first got into it, I was like, because I have a friend that did really well with Hex. So he got me into it. And I got in right at the end of the last cycle, and then it just basically crashed on me. But when I first got in, I was, I asked him so many questions like, what's a gas fee on ETH? Just like all those little things that we kind of take for granted now. But in the beginning, there was just so much. I don't know about MetaMask, I don't know about, like gas fees and all that stuff. I was like, what is all this?
It's like a fire hose, literally, right? The amount of information, like it's all coming at you at once. And
totally. And then like Connor was saying, like kind of scared because you're like, is this a scam? Like, because sometimes there's a delay, like sending from one thing to another, like waiting for it to appear in your wallet. And you're like, it's not there yet. Keep refreshing your screen over and over. And you're like, oh.
Or be a new guy and have your first transaction, your first in, get a stuck transaction. Holy shit! What do I do now? It's like,
and then even who do I reach out to? Like, is there anyone that lives near me that even speaks this language? Like, who can I talk to?
I had some friends who bought some uPX recently, and they're like, I bought it for them and I sent it to their wallet. I just said I'll make it a little bit easier for them. They're friends. I'm like, the price is an awesome price at the moment. It was only a few days ago. And then okay, but it's not in my MetaMask. They send me a screenshot. Where is it? I'm like, import token, here's the address, rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, oh no. But at least they got lucky I did it for them because they would have gotten scared to do it themselves. They would have been like this. I never got anything and just moved on. I know people that bought Bitcoin, didn't know, they had no clue what it was. And they said, oh, my Bitcoin's gone. It's probably still there. They just didn't know how to get it, and then they've thrown everything away because they weren't educated.
Or they lose their phone, and the MetaMask was on their phone. Oh shit! All my money's gone. No, you have the 12 words. You're good.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
some people didn't say the 12 words. Some people just wrote it
down. Let's start. That's a great point, and let's maybe start with that basic, just things that we consider just standard operating procedures. So, in my mind and the way I do it is step one, when you create a wallet, you get a 12 or 24 seed phrase, recovery phrase. First off, Don't copy and paste it. Don't screenshot it. Do not digitalize that thing, because anything digital.
Don't take a picture.
Yeah, take a picture. Like, you're killing me, man. Anything digital in this world can be ultimately hacked. Just if you go with that mindset, you're much further ahead of the game. So handwrite, yes, a pen and paper, and handwrite those 12 words down. Make a photocopy. A photocopy. It exists, not a digital thing. Don't scan it and save it on your computer. Make a photocopy. It spits out a piece of paper, and put those in separate places, like 3 different places. Some people go to different levels. They'll divide the words, in half or by thirds and put them in different places. It depends how crazy you want to get. But if you at least stick with that, you can always recover your wallet if something goes down or start a new one.
My suggestion is keep it simple in the beginning, and then go advanced, because once you make it hard for yourself, especially the first time, you freak out and then you run away. So just keep it simple in the beginning, write it down, keep it in a safe place, and then once you learn, then you're like, okay, now it's time to put it on something that's still store it away, that's safe. Put it in a fireproof, like maybe a container, safe. Don't put it in your basement. And fireman will tell you himself, putting something fireproof in your basement isn't the best place to put it. A lot of people actually think the basement's the best place. And then eventually you get yourself a Trezor, and then you just transfer everything. I recommend starting on this, but then it gets complicated. But just educate yourself. Just use $100, learn what crypto is. Use $100, play with it. Something that you don't care if you lose at all, and then eventually get yourself a Trezor, and go from there. And learn about safety.
And I've got a lesson learned with this one, because I don't know how many new people we have watching. But,
Great moment to come in with that. That was a perfect moment to say that. You got a lesson to learn with the vibrator. Great.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, it is a thing, guys. We've had a previous episode, and they've put malware into a sex toy, and then they went to charge the sex toy in their crypto computer, and it fucking went. Yeah, man. So it's a joke, but it is a real thing. They come at you in every direction. It's crazy.
Haunted, you've been warned, bro.
That's
warned.
Yeah, Haunted, be good, boy. Be good, brother.
Yeah, so for those listening, like, if there's anyone
anything that resembles it, but
I gave my seed phrases to someone because MetaMask wasn't giving, it wasn't updating prices for me. And so, being a new guy, I was like, FNG, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, fucking new guy.
You got a crypto. I was like, all right, well, I got on Telegram or something, and someone's like, oh yeah, it's just a DApp issue or whatever. And someone's like, you just got to use this plug to bring all the prices up on MetaMask for you. And then I had to enter my seed phrase, put my, my words in. I know. And it's one of those things I had heard over and over, don't ever give those to anyone. You don't have to give those words to anyone ever. And I knew that. And I still put my words in thinking that this was necessary to fix my MetaMask. No. Next thing I know, I start, clean me out. And so then I was so bummed because I went really hard on the PulseX sacrifice, and it was all gone. And so I quit following people online. I was like, I'm not gonna I can't stomach this. I'm not gonna watch some crypto videos. I'm done. But then it got to me, and I was like, no, this is your chance, swing for the fences and kind of break out of the middle class mold, and on and on and on, and live these dreams. And so it kind of gave me a rejuvenated fuel to invest harder and to work even harder to make this crypto thing work. And so it was a crappy lesson to learn, but I totally got scammed because I gave my seed phrase to somebody. Yeah.
Many stories and I've even have been attacked by these people where they go, I'll be fine, just enter your seed phrase here. And I'm like, no, thank you, see you later, delete. They just attack you from left, right, and center. Just imagine your recovery phrase. the keys to your house. And that's the only key you can ever have. You can never change it. You give those keys to someone else, they can always enter your house and you can't do anything about it. You cannot change the lock in your life. So they're your keys. Don't give them to anyone. Don't trust anyone with them. They're yours and yours only. And if you ever have any compromise, grab your crypto, grab a new wallet, transfer it all to a new wallet, and go from there. But yeah, they're just the keys to your house, keys to your kingdom. Don't hand them to anyone.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, and emotion is crazy, and that's why it's like what's his name? Wendy's for Tendies always says it's good to have friends in crypto. So you build relationships. I mean, this is a reason why I personally go to in real life meetups to look a person in the eye, get to know them, get to know their personality. Things come across, differently in Telegram. Things get taken out of context. It helps to know a person if you can and their personality. These things come into play. So that's one thing. And then if you get in, once you put time into a community like Randy Hilarski's No Permissions, you learn within that ecosystem, that community, who you get along with, who you vibe with, who's putting out good information, because it's all about sharing. And at least in a private paid group, there's a level of trust or more confidence, I should say, and when you're getting information. And there's certain like moderators, what have you, and obviously like the man himself's, paying attention and can call bullshit, when he sees it and put a squash to it. But so different things. You got to find what works for you in that context.
Yeah, I think one of the benefits of a Patreon, it is KYC pretty much, right? There's only a few people in my group that pay with crypto, and those people I know. So it makes a difference.
Yeah, that would help. It's having a private group that help you teach and learn versus an open Telegram room or YouTube, even TikTok, where there's someone who just sit there and just they just want your crypto, where people like Randy would want to help you gain more crypto.
Yep, this is true. And even let's just put it out there. Know the difference between a contract address and a project, the token address. I think, I know I've done it. I'll be upfront, and I've sent shit to the contract address, so slow down, I guess, would be the thing, is like slow down, verify everything. There's usually 2 to 3 minimum different sources to verify information. Another quick pro tip, and keep chiming in, chat. We are reading your chats, and chime in with your tips if we forget something or a no-brainer type of thing. But bookmark the websites. Once you know it's a legit place, bookmark it, man. It's these little simple things. When you're in the heat of the moment and time is of an essence and you're trying to get in and clicking around, like you have these little backstops to help you, like, okay, I see my thing is start on this browser. That's good. Just.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are talking about MetaMask, but you also have other wallets out there. I know Randy was a proponent of Aurora wallet, and then you got IM out there. Yeah. And there's several Orax, yeah, several different wallets out there. But then you also got to learn about RPC settings, because if you want to be on Pulse Chain, you got to be able to import the right RPC settings. So I mean, you're talking about that fire hose earlier. It is not easy for the FNG to get into crypto. It is just really difficult.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's the best time to get in when it's not easy. So we're still in a good time.
Absolutely.
If it's not easy, everyone will be already in it. I would have been in it, 4 years ago. Sorry. And I would have been rich, but it wasn't easy. Now to me, it's easy, but still, it wasn't easy for a new person to get in. And just take your time, slow it down.
Right.
Well, you can get in the mainstream ones, the ones that have been accepted, the ones that are the the DeFi that's somewhat centralized, the ones that Coinbase will let you into, or Kraken or Gemini, those guys will let you into their layer ones. But if you want to get into true DeFi, Pulse Chain, it takes some work.
Yeah,
Right.
100%.
Absolutely. But yeah, and you just do that research, take your time, just like Han was saying, and the information's out there. Feel free to, I mean, I'm still, I've been here probably like 3 years or so now, and I'm finally getting to like ride this wave, this bull market. And it's exciting, it's cool, and all the work and research has paid off. And even though I'm like, babe, I'm making more doing this than I was at work. I've made more recently than I have in the last couple of weeks, a couple months at work, And so all that work, all the research is paying off now. And it's funny how, like, the people like in Bitcoin were like, ooh, a 2x of my money. Woo! And the rest of us were like, man, we've already like probably doubled. Like, you guys, I'm sure you're probably like me. We have more than like 2x our money already, and it's only begun. All the work and the research is worth it, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this doing this with you guys. Like, you guys threw it out there. Like, do you have a follower, or do you know any influencers that have over 1,000 followers on YouTube? And I was like, I got to follow you guys on Telegram, and I was like, yeah, I do. And on my page cover everything from getting people hired as firefighters, like talking about mental health and like take care of your family at home. I was like, hey, I might as well help you guys out financially and get in on this
revolutionary change in finance. This is the new paradigm in finance. It's going to be crypto. Everybody's going digital. Even traditional finance wants to go digital. They want the CBDCs. Yes. Well, we beat them to it. Here we are, and they're going to build a parallel system that controls digital finance. But we're over here. We got true freedom digital finance.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I tell you guys, when I first really felt the freedom is with my Hex T shares per day were making more than I was making as a nurse for a whole month.
Oh. Yeah.
That
I know.
freaking felt great, man.
Right.
Now it's just and then I kept going and going and going. I'm like, yeehaw!
I know. Yeah, so I moved fire departments, took out part of my retirement when I moved fire departments and invested that. I'm like, that was way better than putting it into like, Roth IRA or anything else I could have done with it.
Absolutely. I hear you.
Was it only 2% of people in crypto? Or was it a little bit more than that from memory? I could be wrong on this statement. How many people?
Say it again, Hunted.
2% of people that are in crypto only. Like, it's only a small amount of people that are in crypto.
I'm not sure, but
yeah,
from memory, it was like 2%. I could be wrong.
It's been 2-3%. It all depends on how many people you're counting on the globe. I mean, if you're talking of the billions of people on the globe, how many of them actually have? And we're talking about possession of their crypto. Because if you're in Coinbase and you have a little bit of SHIB or a little bit of Doge, I don't even know if I consider you in crypto yet, because they could shut it down and you could never get it. Over here, they can't take it from you. If you have your MetaMask, your wallet, you have your 12 C words, and you got your crypto in your possession, that's true freedom.
Yeah, and you've got like, you have the stock market, but not everyone around the world can get into the stock market. With crypto, everyone can get in. You got the whole world buying crypto, and that's what makes it the future, know. And because the whole world can use it, and people are noticing this more. Like when people need to travel, the best thing to do is just have it in crypto and then travel, because you can go put it in here, go travel all across the globe, and then just take out your money over there. Where you're holding Bitcoin, you're holding even the dollars in the bank. It's so complicated to remove from one bank to another because they don't trust each other, that it becomes very difficult to get money transferred from one place to another. Where crypto, it's yours wherever you are, all over the world.
You can load crypto on a debit card now. We have dApps that allow you to load your crypto on a debit card. If you want to travel with that and spend it that way, you can. I don't recommend you spend good crypto. Spend the fiat dollars. They're shitty. Spend your dollar bills. Keep your crypto. But if you do wanted to pay for a vacation and you had 400 ETH to go blow on a European vacation, go ahead. Sorry, Randy.
It still hurts, Randy.
How much more hacks would I have had if I would have made that mistake?
You think it hurts now? Wait until another 8 years from now. You'll be like, it will just be $1 billion holiday. $1 billion holiday. Really?
Right.
Was that
The most expensive
hacks
holiday.
live? All right.
Oh,
Nice.
So Access Lives group, we represented pretty good. Not pretty good. We crushed it. So we had our own t-shirts made up. Candace, God bless her. Just helping it out, doing the thing. But so Access was up there on the panel and whatnot, and I know. So the DIY. I don't want to call him a kid, but the gentleman was there. He's young. He's really young, but he's one of those that he's really smart. I got to meet him in person, he's legit, good person, good dude, good human being.
What does it say on the back of the shirt again? I just missed it.
Educate and empower.
Earn.
Yeah.
That's it. Very important message there. Education, power, and earn.
there you go.
So give my props up. Randy, man, when's the brother gonna get some no permission swag? I need some swag, man.
Well, I've got a couple t-shirts that I made.
We gotta crank out the shop. Get it going.
My favorite saying that I have for one of my teachers is illegal for a fine is legal for a fee. Because whenever I get pulled over by the cops and they fine me, I'm like, give me the fucking ticket. I go pay the ticket because I like the speed. It's just a fee for me. I'm like a fee to enjoy my vehicle.
Yeah, no doubt. So if this doesn't tell you the kind of person he is, Donovan Jolly, he picked me up from the airport and drove 8 hours early just to meet me. Super awesome person, 100. I mean,
that's crypto
right?
for you, man. It's absolutely crypto for you.
Yeah, when you get around a bunch of like-minded individuals, amazing things happen, and just let alone give us a little bit while to shoot the shit and come up with some more ideas and take things to another level. So like sudden wealth syndrome is definitely a thing. If anyone has heard of, and I hope they have, about lottery winners and stuff, like within 2 years, usually they're worse off than where they were before they won the lottery type thing. This is all training. You got to put in the time. It's not about timing the market. It's time in the market. I think we already quoted Warren Buffett, right? Be fearful when others are, or be greedy when others are fearful, something of that nature, right? All these things, you got to put time into it and you'll be much better off. Because then that kind of leads into not getting dinged by taxes. That's a big thing. A lot of people come in, they want to claim stuff. They, every time you convert in most places, I'm speaking on the United States side, I'm getting dinged. I go to Coinbase, every time I convert, that's a taxable event. I mean, I'm just getting screwed here. It's different in every country, yada, yada. No, not financial advice, all that good crap. But get a plan. Figure out your off-ramp strategy, and you might be a little less stressed in your life. You might do things a little differently. You might hodl or only believe in something and hold it for a year, so your capital gains, you're at a lower percentage, and that's more speaking on the United States side. But everyone's situation is different, and
is it different state to state? State's different too as well. Is that correct?
I mean, I think it's more on the Fed side that one needs to be concerned about. And yes, there might be a little, like Washington State is just bending you over, and that's just.
Or move to Panama.
Yeah. And then there's that,
And marry a foreigner and put everything in their name.
There you go.
If you could trust them.
Yeah.
I've done with mine for 13 years. Make sure you weigh that first.
Yeah. So Alex, the next Pulse Chain one is in April, and that's going to have X-Ray Vision and all those guys. So it's going to be another killer one in April for the Pulse Chain Tour. Most definitely.
And for those new guys who are looking for tokens, you know, they get in a Telegram room and it's like, hey, buy this, buy that, and they're getting shielded all kinds of stuff. You really do need to educate yourself on what are good tokens, what are bad tokens, but you also got to understand that the person shilling you, he may be talking about, you know, trying to get you to throw $100 at it because it's a lottery ticket, or versus somebody else who's shilling you a token and that's actually an investment. It's like, hey, buy Bitcoin. You know, this is an investment. This isn't a lottery ticket. This is, you know, a place to store some wealth. So there are different guys out there shilling you tokens that have different purposes, and you need to educate yourself on that as well.
Yeah.
And some people, I know some people out there, they'll be like, they'll shill a token like you'd want to throw your life savings on it. And then you go to them and say, okay, what happened? Yeah, I should have told you put $100. You know, just find good projects. I know they're hard to find. Ask the people that are experienced or been out there, versus the people that are little guys that are just shilling their stuff that they've got into these little tokens that only last 2 weeks.
Don't get your token advice from YouTube.
TikTok even worse. But there's a lot of things out there. A lot of things will be thrown out there. This is going to do really well. Find good projects and just invest and hold. They will go up. They will go down. Try to, like, one of the first things that we did mention is emotions. They will get to you. Learn to control, and you will win. If we let the emotions get to us, we'll sell the bottoms and buy the tops. If we're smart investors, we want to buy the bottoms and just ride it up all the way to the top.
Yeah, and you know, when you go through a full cycle, that saying gets a little easier. If you're jumping in midstream, FOMO's a thing. You got tunnel vision, blinders. Like the time to invest in the community or just in crypto is when it's shitty and down. When it's the bear market, you know, because it's a world of difference between coming in when it's going up and the hype versus, you know, being one of those that are, you know, still riding it out when things are ugly. The FUD is real. Again, it's about putting in your time into the system.
I remember people screaming at that Pulse chain will never go back to saturate, and I'm like, dude, this is the best time to get in. No, FUD, A, B, and C. I'm like, dude, this is the best time. And now it's almost 2x sacrifice rate. Like,
yeah,
I'm astonished by how people just don't understand that when people are fearful, be greedy, and
right.
Greedy, be fearful. So
Definitely.
you know, and people are being greedy, saying, "Yep, it's going up and up and up." Okay, just wait, breathe, wait for a dip, and then get in, or maybe just start buying slowly in at that time. You know, you have 10K you want to put in. Okay, put $1,000 in. Just wait, put another 1,000, and just slowly. Rather than
DCA, right?
DCA.
Yeah. Let's go to token for a second. Perfect example where you could have gotten a much better buy-in by waiting 4 or 5 dips. Each dip, buy some, goes up. Another dip, buy some. It was a perfect setup for being able to do a nice DCA.
Yeah, with up token being still new, you will get your dips, and I think in the future, even if you did buy the top and hold, personally, you will be winning, like Randy's $400 ETH. But I'm going to keep going back to that because that's probably the perfect example for anyone in crypto. Just have just be patient. Don't rush in. If you see a dip, yeah, it's probably a perfect time to rush in. But if everyone's buying, slowly DCA in for everything, for anything that you see in crypto. Hex has done what 90% dips. Imagine you only bought the dips. You'll be up. You'll be happy. Sorry. Imagine if you bought 90% of the tops, you'll still be happy. In the long run. In the long run, it would have been down so much. In the beginning, but then it just went up again, and then did another 90% dip, and then it went up again. But the people believed and kept on buying. Those guys that believed and kept on buying are happy. And Pulse Chain, I think, will be the same. It will have its dips. It'll go up and down, up and down. Anything new, it's still volatile. We're in a very volatile stage when it comes to the beginning of crypto, of the blockchain, and we'll hopefully all win eventually.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think a lot of people like you can get in now, and it's still a great time to get in. Like we have only begun, which is cool.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people though they hear those stories where the guy threw in $1,000 in Doge and now he's a millionaire and he got out and it took him 6 months to happen. So they all think they're going to win that lottery ticket. I'm going to find a token, throw in $1,000, I'll be a millionaire in 6 weeks. It's like that's not the way you approach crypto if you're going to win this game, because we're not all lottery winners. You keep adding to your stack, and the name of the game is increase your token count. Find good projects. If you got 1 Ethereum, then you want to get 3 Ethereum, then you want to get to 5 Ethereum, whatever your token of choice is. Randy's got his Nope token. That's a great token to get into. You jump into Nope early and just let it ride up. And same goes with Up token. And there's many more out there. You just got to find the one that fits your personality type. And you've seen the tokenomics and you listen to a few streams, you see the math, and it's like, okay, yep, that's where I want to invest, not play my lottery ticket. Because you're not going to get out in 6 weeks, guys. A millionaire, just not going to happen. This is a right. You got to run through a cycle, maybe 2 cycles, and then you're going to be extremely happy. You stayed in and you kept adding to your stack.
I think even if you did, even let's say you became a millionaire after 2 years, versus someone that was lucky enough to become a millionaire in 6 months, he would appreciate the money more and spend it more wisely versus someone who just got it quick. Will go buy an expensive car or buy something stupid, an expensive watch, and then it's got nothing left. And then he's going back to buying cryptos again from the bottom or top, or losing all his money, selling the car again, selling the house, selling the watch, whatever, just to get back in. I think people that actually held longer appreciate more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This guy.
VETS is like, he's got his closet there, mate. He's just keeps changing.
Pretty soon he's going to jump back on screen with no shirt. He's going to jump on with no shirt.
That's good.
No, I'm not Knipples. No, I'm not pulling that one. No. But anyways, the bucket hat's not working out too good with the headphones. But
you look like an Aussie from World War II, with the guys that worked in Papua New Guinea and shit.
I was like, oi, oi. Aussie.
Oi, how you got a Aussie here, remember?
I know. Why I had said it.
So, and one part is like who you like. You touched on the YouTube thing, but influencers, like there are sharks out there that will be telling you to buy something when in the back end they're dumping the shit out of it. So they're trying to stir it up, get the FOMO, because as it's going up, they're exiting out of the system themselves. And so again, you got to put time in to learn who is like for the people, who's for the retail side, and who's against you. It's a game.
Yeah, going back to why you should try to get into good projects that are there for long run versus something that they just got in and it's going to pump and dump. And pump and dump for the people who don't know, because I know there are some people out there that are watching that don't know. It's pretty much a chart that just comes in. They go by the bottom, it just goes up and then comes straight down right after they've pumped it, right? A pump and dump, and they just move on to the next token. Look for a project that's, if you're new, look, it's gone up, it's come down, it's gone up, it's come down. And it's showing that it's got some sort of life. It's been out there for, a year or so. Okay, it's time, probably time to get in. It's down. Try to get into one of those projects that, okay, it's lived its time. It's been out there. The guys are still out there. The guys are still pushing it. And if it was a pump and dump, they would have sold many. They had, many opportunities to sell. But no, they're still here and they're still going.
Totally. Yeah. That gives you the confidence too, where you're like, all right, I'm not checking my portfolio every day or whatever. You're like, this has a good team behind it. I know that I could just hang out and the project's clicking along just as it should.
That's it.
In crypto, you're going to have some guy who just dumps the price down. He's just going to, I'm pissed off. The wife's mad at me. We're getting a divorce. Fuck it. I'm taking all my crypto. I'm running. It's going to happen. The price is going to dump. So when it does, don't freak out and say, oh, I'm in a bad project. Like Brad was saying, know who your founders are, know their intentions. You know, they want everybody in their community to win. But within every community, you're going to have a few guys who are, you know, have issues. Don't let the emotions get you.
With you guys with Up and UPX, I'm like, these guys are solid. Like, I don't have any worries with Up and UPX, or even with Pulse Chain. One of my things, I'm like, Richard Hart's way too competitive to let this thing tank. Like, I know the guy personally, but like, he's way too competitive to let this thing fail. I'm like, it's gonna just give some time.
Yep.
Yeah, Richard's ego won't let him fail.
I know, man. I'm like,
hell no.
He's gonna go crazy before this thing fails. Like, he's gonna pump so much into it. It's gonna.
VETS has more hats than Richard Hart.
Some have candles and crystal. You know, I'm a man of hats. You know? Now I know Sami. You know, he beats every. You know, he's got a hat for every occasion and theme. And
yeah, there you go.
Like my God, you know, I don't have the make the ears flap up and down. You know. You know? But,
you will soon by the looks of it.
Man, it's a you know. But like these patches, you know, Suzanne Art, you know, she does awesome sequence shirt stuff. She does these patches, they're Velcro, so you can put them on jackets and stuff. And you know, I'm always trying to pimp out other people's stuff, and
that's right, you do.
You know,
absolutely
pay it forward, you know, pay it forward. Like, and I'll give a shout out to Brian Magruder. Like, you know, he's the man. Like, boom, you know, thank you, brother. Right? Randy's pimping it, right? Like, it is what it is. You know, pay it forward. Go to
Brian. He made these silver coins, these Hex Pulse Chain silver coins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Brian sent me this, the Nope token thing. he's just like,
I'm gonna stop moving my hat just to give it a bit of, you know.
Step up your game, Haunted. Come on.
Nice hat, Haunted.
Claws.
There it is. I mean, you gotta have fun. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Oh, Brian, you just put the Firefly hat on, and you know it trumps us.
Yeah, you just,
I'll get the shield.
That's it.
You just make it. You just make them drop with the fireman. Yeah, that's all you got to do, buddy. So I feel bad. Excuse me. I would like to hear firefighting with Brad's story. How'd you get into it? What's your story?
Man, so some good friends from college got me into it. I was talking to a buddy, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, I recently got into crypto because our other friend got into crypto." And it's my friend Dan Dave. He's watching. I haven't seen him pop up, but shout out to Dan. He did really well with Hex. And
good.
So because of him, I got into the whole Richard Hart ecosystem, if you will.
Okay.
But I got in. I didn't know what I was doing, man. I had a lot of learning to do, so I got in right as Hex was still going up, but I didn't really fully grasp how volatile this all can be, or I didn't understand just the drop that was coming. So basically got into Hex right when things started to taper off, and then because of all the research I'd done and kind of the mindset I'd taken on, where I was like, you know what, it's really easy to just blow money on I don't know, clothes, gas, food, trips, whatever. Before I know it, be like, oh, this money's gone. I was like, you know what, I should put this money into something. And I keep preferring to swing for the fences. So I even just made some lifestyle changes, pulled money out of places where I could, and I was like, you know, this is my shot to make things happen and not be living paycheck to paycheck. And so I got to give a shout out to my buddy Dan. And then watching a lot of influencers online from, rags to riches to Sami, Crypto Heartbeat. You guys had an awesome interview with Crypto Heartbeat the other day. That was a great interview.
Oh, that was good. That was
really good. I really dug in, did a ton of research, but yeah, buddy, I guess to answer your question, I'll go back to my friend Dan. He got me into it. And
Yeah, it sounds like saying that don't spend your money on a trip, $400 trip. Put it in crypto and hold.
yeah,
Basically, what you're saying. You know,
no. Haunted. It wasn't $400 worth of ETH. It was 400 Ethereum.
Back
is that
when
what you
Ethereum
said?
was $7 each.
Oh,
He spent
oh,
400 Ethereum.
are you okay? Are you okay? Because that would hurt.
Listen, guys. I lost.
Yeah, it's like
Sorry.
Back when Darkcoin became Dash. I mean, a lot of people know this story, but this is 2014. Darkcoin became Dash, came out with a new wallet. And I didn't know you were supposed to go to the intermediary website and change your Darkcoin to Dash before sending the Dash to your fucking wallet. I sent all of my Darkcoins straight to the Ether, and it went on to $1,300 each. I would have had about $250,000 in 2017. So this is, look, my mistakes. I made people's lifetime salaries and just some mistakes. So it's okay. It's all part of the game. I chalk it up as learning.
That's it. Hey, you're still here, so clearly you had some of it that worked.
Made it all back and some, over and over again. So
Nice.
and just to elaborate a little bit further too, like and firefighting is an amazing job. That's one of the reasons why I have my whole channel. It's one of the best jobs in the world. But I've also seen those guys where they're 60 years old, climbing up and down a fire engine. And to be honest, like a career takes a toll on you.
Oh yeah.
And so just the things we see and the carcinogens and like just the up and down off the engines of trucks all day. So
my dad was a firefighter and he got cancer in his 50s.
Yeah.
And
cool.
he's still alive today, but it was tough.
Yeah. So I've kind of told myself, like, I want to be able to leave when I'm ready. Like, I want to be able to leave on my terms. When it's time, when I'm like, yeah, you know what, like, I can pull the ripcord now and get out. Versus, I gotta stick around for another 10 years, even though I'm beat up and over it. And I'm not there, but I want to have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I want to have the ability to always work, but whenever I want. I don't want to stop working because I think stop working is just going to make you go crazy. I think it's worse than not working. That's just me. I have to always keep moving. I always got to keep my brain busy. I'll just go, okay, well, I can go into this industry or just open something very small. I don't need to make money. I don't care if I make money or not. I just want to keep myself busy. So that way I have my crypto stuff. Thus, sitting there doing nothing, I can't do that. But stressing, but I understand what you're saying, Brad. That's very important. Like, it just gives you hope and it gives you a purpose of life to keep going. And what Randy, we can learn from Randy today is that mistakes do happen, but if you just suck it up and keep going, you can recover and then some.
Yes.
Imagine he gave up after he sent those tokens away. He would have not been here. And also me, I tried to buy something many times, and I tried to buy something that was too hard, but then I eventually came back into it and I got into it, and now I'm happy. So we can learn from all from each other about the stuff that we've just had experienced. So never give up, I guess.
It only takes one cycle. One cycle will change your life.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Because, like, how could you live with yourself if you didn't try to, like, earn it back? I mean, you'd always just be that guy, like, walking down the street, kicking the can or the rock, moping around, like, like, this is not that. Like, there is opportunity to make that comeback. You can have that comeback story, and Randy is that, he's lived it firsthand. That comeback kid, man.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of the game,
legit. It's legit. So hey, let's we got some but naturally some peeps have asked some up and up X.
Guys, I have to get going. I got my live stream coming up in a little bit too.
Okay.
But I thank everybody. Thanks for coming on. And guys, don't forget to go through UPToken and explain what that is too.
Thank you. Nice hanging out with you, Randy.
All
right, brother. Take care. Peace.
Up into the X's. Oh, my face. Oh, no. We better make sure.
Oh, my God.
It zoomed right in.
It's important list.
Everything.
Haunted needs a coffee right now.
Yeah.
He just got out of bed over in Australia.
right?
Yeah, I'm fasting, so I have no coffee today. I had mine just before I slept, so it was all good.
Mm.
It'll last till the afternoon, so I'm fine.
There you go.
You're doing great. So here's a question. I'd love to hear how Haunted and Dave think UP will perform this bull run as compounding effects, tokenomics take time to ramp up. And the next few cycles, I'm behind, so my apologies. So, so what do you think? A couple. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like you said, as the question, like the compound effect and tokenomics take time to ramp up. So it does take time to ramp up, but once we hit the point where the buy and burns do get bigger and bigger, you're gonna sit there and say, yes, it was worth the wait. Patience is the key here. And the compounding just grows and grows. Like Einstein said, compounding would be what was that saying, Dave? Do you remember? Compounding
Compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. Those
Yes.
who understand it win the game.
Yep. And that's what we're doing here. We're just compounding. It's like that. It's like that saying that, would you want $1 million, or would you want $1 but doubled every day, or 1 cent even doubled every day for 30 days? That 1 cent every 30 days, after 30 days, is more than $1 million if you just keep doubling and doubling and doubling. So it's just compound. It's just the effect of compound. It's slow in the beginning. 1 cent turns into 2 cents. 2 cents turns into 4 cents. It doesn't sound appealing in the beginning, but eventually it does become appealing, and it does be like it just skyrockets. It starts off sideways, and then it just goes bang. And imagine that kept on going more than 30 days and went for a year. So compounding does take time, but when it does pump, it does turn heads, and when it turns heads, you're going to be glad you bought early.
Yes, and for those who aren't familiar with UP token and uPX, they're finite supplies, and so there's no inflation coming in, and you don't stake it or do anything with it. It's just a buy it and hold it token, and individuals are working their butt off to earn a yield, compound, and buy and burn the token. So in this cycle, as Pulse takes off, these two plays are amplifiers on it. So if Pulse does 100x, you're expecting these two tokens to do thousands of x. So that's the game plan behind the compounding and the finite supply and the buy and burns.
It's beautiful, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy because it was like under the radar. I got in on the UP sacrifice, and then I was able to mint 1-for-1 for the UPX. And this comes back. You're starting to hear a common theme, like time in the market, time in the community. If you had your ear to the ground, you would have known, you would have learned about Haunted, and then you would have learned that, he's coming out with a project. We've seen some spreadsheets, some Excel scripts that just blow your mind of the compounding effect. And now things are being implemented and put to use in the vaults and smart vaults. And
I don't know. That takes me back to my point I was talking about earlier, where it's know the founders behind the coin, know the project, and this team is one of the reasons I was really drawn to this whole project. Like the way they talk, I'm like, man, their knowledge when it comes to stuff is just so far beyond my understanding. And I'm in a way just like, you guys do your thing because you guys crushed it at this game, and just from the mathematics and all that you guys have worked out, I'm like, man, I never would have thought of any of that. So it's cool to have people that have put that type of work into it.
Yeah. We pride ourselves that we try to be there for the community. We're there in voice chats. We're there as a group together, pushing each other to like answer questions, and even if it was even if it wasn't up and UPX questions, just questions about wallets and safety and security. We're there for the community. It's not just about, hey, come buy. It's more about the community understanding, teaching people. There's, I don't say, hey, you can't ask this question or that question, or hey, sorry, that's a question that's not allowed here. Start removing people. Personally, like as in, I'm an open book. I'm here to help people. That's what I want, and that's my goal.
That's awesome.
Hey, can we put somebody have the UPX Telegram handle throw in the chat for the kids at home?
Yeah, and for the new guys, if you do jump into any Telegram room, not just the Up Token Telegram room, but if you're in, Pulse Chain Telegram room, Hex Telegram room, and somebody DMs you, please don't think that that's a legit DM. That guy's probably a scammer.
That's why I
Unless
got scammed.
in Telegram, if you want to DM somebody, you announce it in main chat. You say, "Hey, Haunted, I'm going to DM you," and then you send him the DM, and it's like, okay, now he had a heads up of who's sending it. But yeah, if you get random, direct, and DM stands for direct message, or some people call them PMs, private messages. If those start popping up in your Telegram feed, just delete the damn things, unless you and that person have had a conversation in main chat that, hey, we're going to go private for a minute. Then you can trust them. But yeah, because those DMs come. I had somebody trying to impersonate me the other day. I always get messages from some guy trying to impersonate Haunted. Hey, Dave, do this. Give me your seed word. Yeah, not happening. I love you, Haunted, but you're not getting my words.
Yeah.
In UpToken, if you actually click on the members, you will only see the admin. So then, if you click on the name, you'll be directed to the DMs, so you'll know if it's that person or not. If someone that's Haunted, I don't sit there and just message random people anyway. People message me.
What? No. you got better things to do than just, hey, how you doing today? Thanks for coming.
Yeah, most people in crypto won't sit there and DM me and say, hey, thanks for coming. But another way of safety is that you'll see that Haunted with an admin or owner or whatever the case is next to it, or whoever, Dave. Just go into the channel, look at the admins, click on their name and say, hey, that's not the same Dave that's messaging me. It's a fake.
Yeah.
You got to be smart about it. Yeah, it's huge. And know you get, so that goes to like know and learn the platforms that you're using. Telegram, there's a thing called settings. You go in there and you can up your settings, just like with Facebook. You can either send it to the whole world or just your friends or to specific people. Like go into the settings on these things and update your privacy settings. And hide your phone number. Don't be, like, and the same goes with like WhatsApp. Go in the settings and update your stuff. Don't allow randoms to pop in or to be able to call you. Just be smart. Like,
right, I think that's one of the things too. Like, I think maybe like we talked about the scammers and all that crap that's out there. And I don't want to scare anyone away, because what we're saying is if you're smart about it and you just due diligence, you're going to be fine. Mm-hmm. But it's just doing those little things. Make sure you're not like getting DM'd by some creeper. Yeah, just be smart.
Yeah, I tell you, I got lucky. I didn't hide my phone number. And so I'm sitting at home one night after sitting in Liquid Loans Telegram, and I get this phone call from Australia. It's like, who in the hell's calling me from Australia? Well, it was Haunted reaching out saying, hey, I want you to verify some math for me here, buddy. Yeah. That's how him and I. So, yeah, I had to up my own security game after a while. I was like, wait a minute, how the hell did this guy get my phone number?
Hey, it was a single mistake that actually worked out for you, sir.
Yeah, it worked out really well for me.
But that being said, even when you enable that, you still have the option. Yes. Like when you go to add a contact, you have the option of if you want to share with that number or not. Yeah. So just be mindful and just, yeah, man. And the other thing is, we are all just one click away from losing everything. Like, that's just, all these D-apps to go into the thing and this, do that. You got to verify in multiple sources that it's the right thing. Again, bookmark stuff. Once you find it, bookmark it in your browser. They're simple, basic things, but they will help save you from yourself, especially when you're in a rush, in a hurry, trying to do all the things and things aren't working. You got a stuck transaction. Okay, I'll go in our Telegram group that I trust, and I'm going to ask the question, who else has an issue or who's got stuck? And then, out of the woodwork, man, these crickets, I'll help you. Come over to support.
That's my story, man.
Yeah. People that are getting
scared. I was looking for help, and someone's like, oh, hey, private DM, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. For the people that are getting scared, keep in mind, this happens in the real world as well. We're just about saying, hey, protect yourself, because we want you to be protected. It happens all the time. People get calls. They get I got a scam call the other day, and I just sat there and I started speaking fake Chinese, like, oh, wow, like, because even these scam calls that you get, they're waiting for you to talk, to say hello, just to get that.
Or yes. I hear you say yes to
I didn't
accept like a
say the word
charge.
yes. Yeah, I started speaking Chinese because I didn't want them, and I put the volume up on the TV at the same time. So it was like I changed my voice because they just want that voice that comes out. They want that recording. That's it. That's how scary it is. Just a simple phone call, and they go into your bank account, bank details. So you got to be careful on these scam calls that you get, even in the real world. We're just loud about it, saying, "Hey, protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself." It's not as scary as you think, and it's easy to protect yourself, but it happens in the real world as well. So throw that out there.
Yeah, you guys can somebody throw the actual Telegram link in the chat?
Just I can say it because I'm not connected, but I can type in the actual chat. T.me/up ABNS.
Hey, Haunted, you see the private chat?
Yeah,
I can copy and paste from there. Whatever. No big.
It's one of the best Telegram groups out there.
Yeah, a lot of good people, crossbreed from all over, other groups as well. You know, and periodically, more times than not, it's becoming more frequent that you guys are in the voice chat or VC.
And like they were saying, be very careful when you join a web. Like I type it in changenow.io, and I think I got changenow.com or something. And it's like you start, you want to swap from one chain to another. And it was one of the early bridges I was using. And it's like, okay, let me swap from, Ethereum into Pulse Chain, or I think it was Bitcoin into Ethereum. I think I was swapping it one day. And it's like, wait a minute. This looks the same as the other site, but this is a scam site. So, I mean, when you start trying to connect and do advanced plays, you really do need time. Please don't be in a hurry. Verify.
And anyone that watches my channel, if you guys want to get into crypto too, feel free to shoot me a message. I'll try to send you to good, legit people that can help you out.
Find people you can trust in crypto. That's for sure. Because .io, .com, .org. I mean, all of those things are confusing as hell when you're on these different websites. Because there's scammers out there.
Hex-win is like another scam one. There's someone that I know that he Google searched Hex to go get to his Hex stakes and went to the wrong site. Just went because I've always done that. I've always typed it in Google, got to the Hex site, and went to go stake more Hex, connected his MetaMask, and boof, it all disappeared. And
never Google a website that you're going to connect your MetaMask to. Just don't do it. Go find the link in Telegram or from the official page, and then copy and paste it in your browser.
Oh, just
and the other thing,
and then bookmark it, like Vet said. Once you get there, bookmark those damn things.
That's it.
Yeah. The other thing is, like again, digital wise, don't put it in the cloud or iCloud. We've had a prominent member, Hex19. Somebody SIM swapped his card. He saved his seed phrase up in the iCloud, and they got in that way. I mean, they're coming at you in all different vectors and angles. I mean, damn, they took control over my cell phone. That's not good.
Get yourself a Trezor and use if you're using 12 words, use a 13th word. That also helps not connect to these shit sites because they'll only ask for the 12 words versus the 13th word. So that helps as well. And then you'll be only using Trezor versus typing into MetaMask manually. That also helps. Like it's just another step for security. But that's a little bit. It's not. I wouldn't say advanced. It's not even that scary. Because I was told, it's a bit more advanced. And then when I was too scared to use it. And then when I finally used it, I'm like, what? It's so easy. It's not funny. Why would they make it sound so hard? It's like bread and butter. It's security. It's my crypto. People scared me for not using it. And the 25th word or the 20th or the 13th word. But it was so easy that I was like, dude, you need to start recommending this more. Versus, you shouldn't use it because you might A, B, and C. No, use it. It's safer.
Yeah. That's its own thing for sure. Is this your guys' website? You see in the chat from Tin Top? Is that what's the up?
Yeah, that's a community website. Yeah, that's a community website. Someone built. Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's get through the other question here. I think so. Ask Han and Dave how they see the first cycles going up. I think based on your chart, it's like a compounding effect, and it just gets more and more beautiful. I mean,
Yeah, well, a lot depends on what Pulse does this first cycle or second cycle. Is Pulse going to do the proverbial 10, or is it going to do a 3x? What's Pulse going to do? Because most of the cryptos are going to mimic whatever Pulse does. We're just an amplifier. If Pulse does well, we do better. That's kind of the tokenomics we set up. And again, everything depends on sellers. Like I said, if some guy, we got 20 guys in our chat room getting a divorce and still in their, going to get their, they got new wife money, not life-changing money, but wife-changing money. And all of a sudden they decide to cash out and disappear. It's like, we don't have any control over those kind of sales. But yeah, in terms of just pure tokenomics, we're going to do extremely well because we're all assuming that Pulse is going to do extremely well. I mean, Richard Hart is not going to lose. That's just not in his DNA. And we are going to make sure we amplify those victories.
It's like Randy said, buy, hold. Like the rich people just buy and hold, and then they become richer. While people that sit there and trade, buy and sell, they eventually just move on. And the buy, I think the buy and hold in with, especially like with Up Token, Pulse Chain, there's some good tokens out there. Buy and hold and just hold. You'll be happy in the long run. And not, I say long run, don't wait 3 months, or some people just wait 2 weeks. Like, why isn't it up? It's just been 2 weeks, dude. Like, relax, chill. Like, change those 2 weeks to 2 years, 20 years,
And some people will do it in a cold storage. So after you learn how to set up your MetaMask wallet and this and that, you can remove and add the hardware wallet. Well, you can add and remove specific addresses. So if it's a little too tempting, then, you go through it, connect the hardware wallet, remove that specific address. That way, visually, you're not seeing it, right? It's not tempting. You just kind of want to forget it. I think Luna brought up a good point earlier. Make a damn spreadsheet, because after a while, man, this shit gets like crazy complex. You're putting different tokens and different addresses and this and that, this DEX, that DEX. I want to use it for NFTs. Like, oh my God, it blows the mind.
Yeah.
I remember a while back, I bought this token and I totally forgot I bought it. And I was looking into my wallet, and this was the DGen days, and I looked at it and I go, you know what, let me see where this is at. And it did a 50x and it came back down, and it was actually lower than when I bought in. No, it was like,
oh, man.
It did the 50x. I would have been happy for the 10x. I would have sold it to 10. But it did the 50x, it came back down, and it was actually cheaper than when I got in. So always, monitor your stuff, and and it would have been a good amount too.
Yeah, these things hurt, they're lessons, but it's the way it goes, man. You just gotta run.
Too, and I forgot I got in. I was like, get in. I knew the person that was trying to pump it. And I was like, yep, this is definitely going to pump. It's going to dump. And I forgot it was there and dumped.
It happens. It sucks. It's a kick in the balls for sure. It hurts.
And nobody ever asked to get kicked in the balls twice.
Yeah, even those of us who are saying, hey, buy and hold, we buy our lottery tickets as well. It's like you hear about a token over here. It's like, okay, this is a garbage token, but I'm going to go throw $100 at this thing, see what in the hell happens. And then, like Honda said, you forgot you bought the damn thing and you missed the pump and you're back down there. And now you got, $20 instead of your $100. It's gone.
Yeah. So, hey, so what do you guys have got in the pipeline, more or less? What's in the works? Got some vaults, smart vaults.
Yeah, so we have smart vaults coming up. Smart vaults is the ability to let people take out loans lower than 2,000 USDL. There's no fees. There's no you have to pay the 200 USDL fee to get in. There is this little fee to obviously just take out the loan, but that's just normal standard stuff. But it's just giving the people the ability to take smaller loans and also collateralize your debt, so that way you can move it from wallet to wallet, sell it on the market. People might be creative and do other stuff with it, but it's just a project to get the little guys in. And any project that's able to get the little guys in also gives the ability for the bigger guys to come in and do whatever they want to do as well.
Yeah, because we've seen what happened over on Earn Protocol. Earn Protocol only has a $500 minimum, whereas Liquid Loans has a $200 or $2,000 minimum to take a loan.
Mhm.
Well, Earn's got an awful lot of users over there. And so those small, and when I say users, small users, guys who only took out $600 loans, $700 loans. So now we're giving that option to the people who want to use Pulse as collateral. They can use their Pulse as collateral and get a loan. And I was talking to a couple people the other day. It's like you can get a loan in crypto in seconds. Now go to your bank and try to get a loan. It just doesn't happen. It's a paperwork process. There's a trail. So in crypto, you got access to loans. You got collateral in crypto. You can take a loan on it. And now we're giving retail access to those people with Pulse Chain. They can go in and take a $500 loan now or a $300 loan. They have that access. And the fees from that protocol, up to 70% of the fees that we collect from that protocol are going to go into the buy and burn mechanics of up and uPX. So that's an additional feature we're building in. And we're currently having some talks in the background about some other options that we're going to have. So there are other things in the pipeline, and I think somebody in there is trying to pump us for information, but we haven't solidified anything. So you don't want to, oversell yourself. Yeah, you don't want to oversell yourself. It's like we're going to do extremely well in up and uPX because we are still building in the background.
Yep, never show your cards. I mean, because we've seen it with projects. You talk about something and it's still in the works. I mean, code is hard, right? Dev work takes time. All these things. 2 more weeks. Yep. Like just forget about it. Let the team do what they got to do and build and be surprised. You know who does a good job at that? You guys do as well. But like Alex with Hedron, he just seems to just grind. He just puts his head down, doesn't get caught up in the bullshit on X, and he just grinds. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh, hey, there's a product.
That's it. So yeah, we'll just work hard and hopefully we just push and keep pushing. We don't stop at one thing. Up and uPX it's launched and that's it. But you want to keep going and going and going. And slow and steady. I always say slow and steady wins the race. Don't want to rush anything, and go step by step at a time.
Yeah. And I agree.
Right on, man.
Yep.
Financial freedom. Hey, it is a good feeling that people that are winning in your token and they've been winning for a long time. It's such a good feeling, and that's what I wanted. That's why I did this. To see people win, and it makes me feel so good. I'm so happy. I'm just ecstatic that people are winning and they're happy and they're confident. Even their mental health have gotten better because they believe that up and uPX in the future will be great, and that is enough for anyone. That hey, I bought an up and an uPX. It might take a little bit of time. They understand the tokenomics, but it pushes them more to even have a healthier life, to have a better life with their family, kids, because they know that the future is going to look great. When you don't know and you're devastated and you're destroyed, your life is a little bit harder and you're a bit more negative in life. But when you have something to look forward to, that might go up into the X's, you tend to have better life decisions, and you take care of yourself, you take care of your health, and that there is something to look forward to. That's one thing crypto can do to you if you get into the right projects is, tell yourself, hey, this is actually working. I might become, wealthy in the future. Start looking after yourself. Start taking care of yourself. Start, taking care of the family. And you start looking at life differently because of that.
Right. Totally, man. It's made me be like, all right. Like even just think about vehicles, and I'll be like, all right. Like maybe I have my wife's vehicle here soon. And it gives you that freedom, takes some of the stress off.
Yeah. And it's not just buying tokens in this ecosystem. In this ecosystem, the yields you can get for those guys who aren't looking for price appreciation, if they just want to get a yield, those guys are like, nah, crypto's too risky. I don't like the up and down. It kills me. You can go in stable coins now and get double-digit yields. And you're not even going to get close to that in the traditional finance system in your bank account. So, there are plenty of plays out here that that don't require the emotional, roller coaster that crypto can put you through. That would still the average user.
For sure. So one thing real quick that we're doing with veterans, if you guys are familiar with Pool Party, Maximus DAO guys, I did create did the name claim. So there is a specific veterans pool in the Pool Party. It is up on Ethereum and the Pulse Chain side. So if you got some of that, I guess, worthless e-hex that you don't want to use or whatever now, feel free to make it grow for you and do a good thing. And 1% of that is going to go to a charity. It's kind of it's a beautiful decentralized manner for people to pool together for a common cause. And 1% of that is going to go to like a program such as like Tunnel for Towers, Travis Manion Foundation, who knows, one of those organizations. And it's not just military. Tunnels for Towers is a good hybrid. Like that's a good one that does first responders and military. That's a solid one as well. But yeah, man, help the community out. We have a ton of military veterans and first responders and crypto in general from across the board. Like this is an open free channel. We can talk about whatever you guys want, not just the Pulse Chain side. We can even do a quick Robin if you wanted to about what you like in other chains, because we all learn from each other. We all grow, and this, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this going to be? I think it's going to be a multi-chain cycle. People, and we're already seeing the interconnectivity of all these different dexes. Power City has theirs. There's others that just allow you, because talk about something complex in crypto. That's been complex, trying to jump from one chain to another chain. It's all gotten simplified, and it's a lot easier now.
It'll only get better in the future too, so that's good.
Yeah, we're early too. Man, this stuff's gonna get easier and easier. It's kind of a pain now at times, but it's because we're early, man.
That's it.
For sure. So here, I'm gonna play the video again that I did in the beginning of Pulse Chain. I'll go through and name the people real quick that are in the video. I got the volume turned down, so now we can narrate and talk through it. I can pause it, whatever. Give the kids at home just a little something.
Who's that?
I gotta get rid of that ugly mug. But yeah, that was at the airport, waiting to get on the big bird, get in Thursday night. I guess it helps if I share it, or would I come on? I'm on oh boy, I tell you, what did I do? I'm on. I don't know. I got too many windows open and I lost my spot. But anyways, so you had like Crypto Sloth, Crypto Stylist was there. Who are the other peeps in the videos? RH Max, like the Pacific Northwest, we have a huge contingent here in the PNW.
Well, the big one was BitBoy being there. I think that was a...
Yeah. You had BitBoy. It was kind of cool to see him live in person. People have mixed feelings, obviously, about that one. It's a two-way street. We all get something from the exposure. So think of just it is what it is. Use it for what it is. Don't read into shit. Yeah. It's good publicity, regardless. But he's been fair. Forget the personal side of things. On what we care about, really, is the crypto side. Like, he's been fair to RH. They've hung out when he was here in the States. Like, he's held, a pretty even keel as much as he could when he had because he's been bound by, the advertisers and promoters and, of his previous channel. So that is what it is. and now you got the DIY at Donovan. So, we'll see. More and more is good. We've been gate kept forever. So this is good to like bring it down. We're starting to see it. Did we see like MetaMask had preloaded pulse chain RPC settings? Have you guys?
I've seen it, but I haven't confirmed it.
Yeah, I saw
same.
that too. Yeah, so I don't know that I thought I looked at a glance the other day and I just didn't necessarily see like pulse chain right there to click on. But hey, maybe it's in the works.
Yeah. We'll be there.
Type thing. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Any last words? It's been a good minute, hour 30 there. So I appreciate everybody's time.
No, thank you for having us on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks for
my
the time to
pleasure.
chat, guys.
My pleasure. So let's go around the box here. We'll start with firefighting with Brad. If you will, type in your link. If you have your YouTube pulled up, just type in your YouTube channel or copy and paste it so people can find you and maybe give you a subscribe. That'd be good.
Okay, cool. Let me.
Here, we'll go to Haunted while you're doing that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your hard work, Vets. And Brad, thank you for having us on here. I appreciate it. Just educating the people. Didn't have to educate people about up and UPX, but more about security life and how this whole system works. Just so you don't get too scared. And that if you take those steps, it may work for you. Things will be awesome. And we're a community. We're friends. We like to help each other. And that's what we're here for. So thanks, guys, and thanks for giving us the time to be on here. Brad, you're amazing. You put your hand up. It was people are too scared to say, "Hey, I've got a YouTube." Awesome, You did it, and look how awesome it was. We had a good time. We had a great time. Hopefully, we can do this more. Thank you very much.
I second that, Haunted, and I give Brad, props and kudos. A lot of things in life you just gotta ask. And I remember he put a message out there in the group channel on the Up channel, and was like, "Hey Vets, I got this channel," and next thing you know, him and I chatted, and it morphed into, "Hey, I can, we should have Haunted on and do a thing," and it's a win-win, and here we are doing the thing. So it's beautiful. So take the bull by the horns, people. And just ask. You just gotta ask. You'd be surprised. Like Corey, Corey Costa. People ask, like, how do you get that? A lot of time. You just ask. You just participate. Act interested in somebody's product or channel. Hang out in their community. That is the premise for the Vets and Crypto show. Is there's veterans from across the spectrum in other communities and whatnot. We want to bridge the gap. I want to learn about other projects. I'm not, centric on, RH or Pulse Chain. We want to bring people in. Well, we got to learn and want to hear about other people's projects as well. It's a two-way street. So you got to ears open and listen. So, hey, Dave, what do you got? Where can the kids at home find you?
Okay, well, I put in private chat my X
you.
feed, and I also gave you Haunted so that you could throw both of ours up there. But yeah, I spend most of my time in the Up token room, in the Telegram, kind of trying to answer questions here, or in the background, making spreadsheets to show you the math of what's going to happen as soon as Pulse starts pushing. And it's been a lot of fun, joining Haunted on this journey, because I'm just an old retired math teacher. So, degree in mathematics that taught for 35 years. Crypto helped me get out a little bit early, But it's been a great ride, and I can't wait till this cycle really gets going.
He keeps saying that he's retired math teacher, but I make him work harder than what he did when he was.
I definitely put in more hours.
I don't know about retired,
It's kind of like Brad. Brad works in 24-hour shifts, then he spends 48 in crypto. It's a way of working.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, the guys at my station, they listen to so much crypto news just because I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a true thing. It is like a full-time job, especially you get behind something like Brad's building his channel. You got to create the content, you got to edit it, and then it's all these things. Especially the haunted team, like it's all hours in the day. It all takes time.
Yeah.
What I would like to see from Brad, if he doesn't mind, because I like to make people work, is a video about keeping your recovery keys in a safe place, and where people most likely think it's safe, but it's not. I learned that the basement is the hardest, like the unsafest place, no matter what you do. What safety you put down there, because it's the hottest part of any fire. Is the basement. And maybe do a video of where's the best place to put it. Things that can help protect it even more.
Yeah, basement fires are super nasty fires.
Yeah.
But yeah, just say my piece, guys. I one time came across someone that was like, we need to get more blue collar people into crypto. And if we can do that, it's going to help bring a lot of people into crypto, basically. And so that kind of stuck with me. I probably came across that like 6 months ago or so. And so that's, when I saw this, I was like, man, here's my chance. I've been thinking about it for a while. Like, hey, I've got an audience, and
yeah, so true. We want the little guy to have money, not the guys who have been in power already, because it's that whole freedom thing.
Totally, man. Dave, I got licensed as a teacher out of college, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you got a backstop, if the fire thing doesn't work out for some crazy reason, I mean, I assume you're past the probationary period.
Yeah.
You're not a probie anymore. You're giving out probie advice. So we would hope that you're beyond that. But yeah, and you found a beautiful, great niche, doing your thing. You're getting great traction, and then crossover to help your common, your fellow firefighter or EMT, and it's a win-win, man. It
is, man. I've been looking forward to doing this for a long time, guys. Like I'm sure my friend Dan, my guy that got me into all this, would be like, "What? You're talking to these guys?" So I can't wait. Hopefully he sees this, because he's gonna be like, "Man, I got you in a hex, and now here you are.
You're an influencer. Now you're the man."
All these big shots right here.
He's that guy for sure.
All right. Well, Vets, thanks for you and Brad putting this together. This has been an awesome stream. Hopefully, people get a lot of value out of this.
And Stitchy, yes. I see you, man. This is one of my guys. Are Stitchy?
Hey,
one of my guys. Right. So, what's up, dude?
We've already spread the word. It started from 1, then 2, then 3. Just
compounding.
There we go.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good
Thank
stuff.
You guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. I'm gonna do the outro. Feel free, and I may. I don't. Anyways, I'll do it another day. I'll play it. Anyways, I got more. Yeah. We're gonna do the outro, and thank you very much,
guys. Thank you.
First Saturday, hey! Isn't it supposed to be on 2 feet? Holy!
Yo, it's the Hexicans again. Crypto, this ain't the end. It's real life, not pretend. The code is what we defend. We some crypto junkies. Hex and pulse chain be comfy. The price action bananas. Chimpanzees, monks, making trust to sleep. How can I claim a loss? Hex and pulse chain, they didn't rug. Gary Gensler, we're the victims. I really think you just spreading some FUD. So tell me what this is about. Oh, you do anything for the clout? You are a joker, and I am dope, but that's just a fact. Full disclosure. So tell me what's next. You think Richard Hart's gonna run with the funds? I heard some influencers say that, and to me, that sounds really dumb. But that's just me, and we will see. Hex is no company. I own my crypto how it should be. No restrictions, totally free. With DeFi, there's no middleman. Just code program to do what it do. Repetitive tasks, kiss my ass and regulate this new asset class, cause we some crypto